You can feel it before a single game has even been played. Something is happening. Not slowly, not quietly, not behind the scenes, right out in the open. The arenas are changing, the ticket prices are changing, the way teams are operating is changing, and all of it points back to one player, Caitlin Clark. Because here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud yet. This upcoming WNBA season, it needs her, not just to be great, not just to be exciting. It needs her to save it. Now, before people get defensive, let's be clear about something. The WNBA has always had talent, all-time greats, championship dynasties, legends who carried the game for years. That's not the issue. The issue has always been attention. Because talent without attention doesn't grow, doesn't scale, doesn't reach new audiences. And for years, the league has been fighting that uphill battle, trying to break into the mainstream, trying to stay relevant in a sports world dominated by the NBA, NFL, and global soccer, trying to turn moments into momentum but never quite getting over the hump. Until now. Because Caitlin Clark didn't just enter the league, she disrupted it, and what we're seeing right now isn't hype. This is infrastructure shifting in real time. Let's start with something simple. Scheduling. The Indiana Fever released their schedule, and suddenly teams across the league start making changes. Not small ones, big ones. The Atlanta Dream looks at their home games against Indiana and immediately moves them to State Farm Arena, an NBA building. Why? Because they already know what's coming. More fans, more demand, more money. And here's what matters most. They didn't wait to see if it would happen. They acted like it was guaranteed. That's confidence. That's belief. That's understanding what Caitlin Clark represents. And Atlanta isn't alone. Toronto, a brand new expansion team, hasn't even played a full season yet, and they've already sold out their game against the Fever. Think about that. A brand new team, still building its identity, and the hottest ticket they have isn't about them, it's about who's coming to town. Caitlin Clark. They moved that game to Scotiabank Arena, nearly 20,000 seats, gone months in advance. And the prices? $150 just to get in, up to $700 for lower-level seats. That's not normal. That's demand. Now let's go deeper, because the real story isn't just about arenas, it's about decisions. Teams are restructuring their entire ticket strategies, removing Fever games from season ticket packages so they can sell them separately for more money. That's not subtle. That's intentional. They are building around her presence. Last season, that caused tension. Players noticed, fans noticed, everyone noticed, because it felt like everything revolved around one player. And not everyone liked that. There were complaints about the attention, about the crowds, about the spotlight. But now, everything has changed, because now everyone benefits. The new CBA introduced revenue sharing. Players now receive a percentage of league revenue, which means every sold-out arena, every expensive ticket, every Caitlin Clark appearance puts money in every player's pocket. And just like that, everything shifts. Because now it's not about spotlight, it's about survival. The league doesn't just want Caitlin Clark to succeed. It needs her too, because she's driving something the league has been chasing for years. Consistency. Not just one big game, not just one viral moment, but a sustained wave of attention. And here's where it gets real. Last season, estimates suggested Caitlin Clark was responsible for around 26% of the WNBA's total economic activity. 26%. That's not influence. That's dominance. And if that number holds or grows, then this season becomes dependent on her. That's what people don't want to admit, but the numbers don't lie. If Caitlin Clark plays, the league grows. If she struggles or isn't there, everything slows down. That's the reality. And that's why this season matters so much, because for the first time, the entire league is aligned. Owners are upgrading arenas. Networks are preparing for higher ratings. Sponsors are investing more aggressively. Nike is positioning her as a global star. Everything is moving in the same direction, and at the center of it all is Caitlin Clark. But here's what makes this different. She's not just performing, she's connecting. You saw it when she showed up to a Pacers game as a sideline photographer, not as a superstar, not as the face of the league, just as a person having fun. And it went viral instantly because it felt real. And that matters, because fans don't just follow stats, they follow stories, and Caitlin Clark gives them both. Then something else happens. Luka Doncic, one of the biggest names in basketball, says he wants to go watch her play. That's not scripted, that's influence. Moments like that build legitimacy, bring new eyes, and expand the audience. And that's exactly what the WNBA needs right now, because attention isn't just about viewership, it's about conversion. Turning casual viewers into real fans, turning curiosity into loyalty. And Caitlin Clark is doing that at a level we haven't seen before, but she can't do it alone. And this is where the pressure comes in, because if the Fever don't build around her properly, if they don't put the right pieces in place, if they don't create a system that maximizes her strengths, then all of this momentum slows down. And that's why this season is so critical, because it's not just about stats, it's about sustainability. Can the league turn this moment into a movement? Because if they can, this changes everything. We're talking record-breaking attendance, massive TV deals, global expansion, and a completely different level of respect. But if they can't, then this becomes just another moment, and the league has had enough of those. So yes, this season matters, and yes, Caitlin Clark matters even more, because right now she's not just a player, she's the engine, she's the draw. She's the reason arenas are upgrading months before tip-off. She's the reason ticket prices are skyrocketing. She's the reason new fans are tuning in. And whether people like it or not, she's the reason this season has a chance to be different. So when we say Caitlin Clark might save this season, we're not exaggerating. We're describing what's already happening. The league is betting on her. The players are benefiting from her. The fans are showing up because of her. And the entire structure of the WNBA is adjusting around her. That's not normal. That's rare. That's once in a generation. And now all that's left is to see what happens when the games actually start. Because if she delivers, if she lives up to the moment, if she turns all of this into wins, highlights, and must-watch basketball, then this won't just be a big season. This will be the season. The one people look back on and say, that's when everything changed. And if you're still doubting, still questioning, still betting against Caitlin Clark, you might want to get ready. Because the wave isn't coming. It's already here. If you made it this far, drop a trophy in the comments. And if you want more breakdowns like this, hit subscribe and join Above the Rim TV, because we're just getting started. And if you're still here, then you already understand something most people don't. This isn't just about Caitlin Clark. This is about timing, because everything is lining up at once. The new CBA is in place. Money is finally flowing differently. Players are now directly tied to revenue. Owners are more aggressive than ever. Networks are paying attention. Sponsors are circling. And for the first time, the WNBA isn't trying to convince people to care. People already care. And that changes everything, because attention used to be the hardest part. Now the challenge is keeping it, and that's where Caitlin Clark becomes even more important, because she doesn't just bring eyes to the game, she keeps them there. Every possession feels like something could happen. Every shot feels like it matters. You don't want to look away because you might miss something crazy from 30 feet. That kind of energy? That's what turns casual viewers into real fans. And the league knows it. That's why you're seeing bigger arenas. That's why you're seeing smarter marketing. That's why you're seeing pricing strategies that look completely different from just a year ago. Because this time, they're ready. Or at least, they're trying to be. But here's the part nobody is talking about enough. Pressure. Because when one player becomes this important to the growth of a league, the expectations change. It's no longer just about playing well. It's about delivering every night. It's about staying healthy. It's about carrying the weight of attention, criticism, hype, and expectation all at the same time. And that's not easy. We've seen players in other leagues deal with it. We've seen how quickly the narrative can flip. One bad stretch, one slump, one controversy, and suddenly, everything changes. So the real question isn't just whether Caitlin Clark can save this season, it's whether the league can support her while she does it. Because if they get this right, if they build the right teams around her, if they continue to elevate the entire league while she's bringing in new fans, then this becomes bigger than one player. It becomes a foundation, And that's how leagues grow. Not just through stars, but through systems built around those stars. And right now, the WNBA is standing at that exact moment where everything could take off, or everything could stall. And that's why this season feels different, because for the first time, it's not just about potential, it's about execution. The hype is already here. The fans are already showing up. The money is already increasing. Now it's about what happens next. Because if this season delivers, we're not just talking about a great year. We're talking about a turning point, the moment the WNBA stopped chasing relevance and became impossible to ignore. So, yeah, Caitlin Clark might be saving this season, but if everything goes the way it looks right now, she might be doing something even bigger than that. She might be changing the future of the league forever.